Now, just because I own a Challenger does not make me the expert upon the Charger. This feels a lot bigger than my car. I've actually done a lot of learning today about the old Charger. I didn't know that only 2006 and 2007 were the only 2 years that you got the Mercedes 5-speed transmission. Don't ask me to give you the numbers. It's NGA whoopity boppity ba. It's a number about that long. No. So that was only 2006 and 2007. Also, it wasn't just the E-Class. Oh no, little turkey. Oh no, little turkey. I'm so sorry, buddy. Run, little turkey, run. It's okay. I didn't mean to. Go ahead. You go do your thing. You can't do it in front of the car. Run, little turkey, run. I'm not trying to bother. There you go. Waddle on in there. You're safe in there. You go on in there. We're going to keep on doing what we do. Wildlife. Okay. Anyway, it's not just the E-Class that Dodge poached from Mercedes. It's also the S-Class. They borrowed the 5-link rear suspension, this rear suspension cradle. They also borrowed the double wishbone suspension up front and that 5-speed automatic. There's also some interior bits in there, but yeah. Okay. 2006. This car landed, and the 300, remember, this car is cousins with the Chrysler 300 and also the Dodge Magnum and the Dodge Challenger, but obviously definitely cousins more closely with the 300 and the Magnum. The Magnum is the wagon, in case you don't know what that is or what I'm talking about. The Magnum is the wagon. So 2005, and pretty much the most raunchy car on the road is the retro redesigned 5-liter, or it's not even a 5-liter, it's a 4.63 valve at that point. So that's the most awesome muscle car going. The Camaro is on hiatus. It doesn't come back until Transformers in 2010. So Dodge drops this, and they put a 5.7 liter Hemi under the hood. I don't exactly know the horsepower ratings back then. I'm gonna throw out some numbers. Let's throw 340 and 370 for the torque. Let's throw those numbers out. I'll put the correct numbers up in there so we can see them. We're gonna drive through the park for a minute and just kind of talk, and then we'll get out and we'll do some driving with it. This is the first time I've ever mounted the GoPro to the sunroof to give us more of a driving feel. I hope you guys will like this kind of footage. Anyway, so Dodge launches this, and it takes over. Okay, fast forward a few more years, they bring out a Hellcat. Well, let's go before, from 2006 to 2010, that is technically, I didn't know it broke down like this. That was the 6th generation of the Charger. Do you know there's been, the new one is technically the 8th generation? This is the 7th generation. There's so many generations of the Charger, and yet there's not been that many made. Okay, 2006, 2010. That's the 6th generation. Then 2011 comes around. Up until 2023, there wasn't much of a redesign or anything like that. You got a different interior. Not much difference on the outside, but you picked up the 8-speed automatic transmission. You also picked up some more power, and also it gave us the ability. You also switched platforms. You went from the Chrysler LX platform to the Dodge, I think it's a LD platform. I think it's LD. And one other question, do you think that last GM was hired to destroy Dodge? I mean, who takes an entire manufacturer? I mean, we're talking about Dodge. They have built a legacy of being a muscle car. They don't care about handling. That's not their game. They'd rather get banned from drag strips, and they do that just fine. I mean, hell, that new Demon 170, I don't even, 0 to 60, and is it, I don't even know, 1.7 seconds or something? I don't know the stats. They're stupid. Basically just ridiculously fast, okay? Here's the problem, though. This car is not all fun and games. This car is highly poached. Thieves. And Let me go ahead and show you something real quick right here. I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit. We're gonna come to a stop right here. If you will look down here, I don't know if I can get the camera down there or not. Next to the shifter right here, this thing is very easy to put into neutral. Like let's say it's sitting in park somewhere in a parking lot or whatever. You can just pop up the little thing right here beside the shifter, okay? This one has the theft deterrent piece in here. This is aftermarket piece you can actually buy, no crap. And you put this in there and it keeps people from being able to get in there and hit the neutral release. There's a little lever right in there if you don't have this piece of metal right here put over so they can't reach in there, but it really is that easy. You just pop that out, reach down there, pull the neutral thing. Now the car's in neutral and you can just roll it to wherever you need to roll it to. Anyway, so a lot of theft, and that comes with the territory. I mean, when you're making a car like the Hellcat and something like this that is this potent and awesome, you know, that just comes with the territory. Hope I didn't mess up that camera footage. I wish I could take that rear view mirror off right there, but I can't. So anyway, this is a 2018. This has 370 horsepower, I believe, and 390 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 and nice juicy squeaky brakes. We're going to talk about those brakes in just a second. 0 to 60, the best time thing on here, if you'll reach over here and we can go to our performance pack stuff right here. Let's go back up here to performance right here. Somebody along the way, their best time was 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. So not bad. Okay, so that's slow as crap, and that's crazy in a world that we call that slow. It's not slow. It's not slow at all. Remember, this thing weighs almost 4,400 pounds, for God's sakes. She's hefty, and there's enough 6.4 liter V8 underneath there to move this big old boat anchor in less than 5 seconds. Okay, hear them squeakies? This car has the Brembo brake package, which means it's got massive discs and it helps it stop really quick and it gives it more performance. But what happens when those performance big old huge discs wear out? You've got to replace them. It's expensive. Have you ever looked at quotes to have your Brembo brakes replaced if you don't know how to replace them yourself? Well, let me explain to you. You'll see different quotes from $2,500, $35, $38. I've seen some monster numbers to change the Brembo brakes on this, and not just the Charger. We're talking about the Challenger too. So that's something else that I always forget, especially on these, because they are so stolen and borrowed and just screwed up. Insurance is very high on this. So if you're out looking for one of these, make sure you check your insurance too. Don't just worry about getting, I can afford the payment. You need to check the insurance, because it's a big number. It can be a real big number depending on how young you are and your driving record, that's for sure. Is that an officer of the law right down there? It could be. They highly patrol this area right here, and I'm sure if that is an officer of the law, no, that's a Toyota 4Runner. We're in the clear, but they highly patrol this little area. It's only 45 miles per hour right here through Murfreesboro, and yeah, they give out tickets left and right here.